Lagos State government stresses importance of data collection, dissemination for national growth. Federal government promises to clear all pension arrears in the next 3 months. And the foreign U.S. President Donald Trump hint at accelerated trade deal agreement with the United Kingdom. And in sports, West Bromwich Albion confirms Nigerian defender Semi Ajayi's hamstring injury. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat has stressed the importance of collation and dissemination of accurate data for the effective development of the state and nation as a whole. Hamzat stated this at the Reconstitution of Human Capital Development 2.0 Lagos State Core Working Group held at the office of the Deputy Governor, Roundhouse, Alausa. He emphasized that it is important for ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs within the state and country to maintain accurate, readable and transferable data to positive project the country globally. The Deputy Governor noted that by adopting the approach, Lagos State can ensure seamless data sharing, facilitate collaboration and drive progress in various sectors, citing that Nigeria was rated by the World Bank as one of the lowest in human capital development in the world because the nation lacks data. Hamzat said that data keeping is a significant step towards harnessing the power of data-driven governance to propel the state's development and reputation on the global stage. The Deputy Governor encouraged the Lagos State Bureau of Statistics to interact more with ministries within the state to collect and collate accurate data, stressing that the Bureau is very important and germane to the realization of the Greater Lagos Agenda and Development Project for the Sanwo-Olu Hamzat administration. As part of efforts to enhance maternal and child health in Lagos State, the Lagos State Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, in partnership with the State Health District 3, launched the Mother, Infant and Child Development Program for residents of Lekki Ekpe and Etiosa. The launch, which took place at the Lekki Local Council Development Area LCDA, was designed to provide nutritional support for vulnerable expectant mothers, ensuring safer pregnancies, healthier birth, and improved child development outcomes. The initiative was flagged off by the Director, Citizens Engagement, Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, Babatunde Omotayo, who represented the office at the event. In addition to the launched program, the Permanent Secretary of Health District 3, Monsurat Adeleke, also announced the enrollment of 200 vulnerable individuals, each in Lekki Ekpe and Etiosa, under the Ekosha Health Insurance Scheme. She commended the Mother, Infant and Child Development Program, spearheaded by the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, noting that such initiatives foster collaboration in addressing grassroots healthcare challenges. Adeleke also highlighted the crucial partnership between the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement and the leadership of Lekki Ekpe and Etiosa LCDA, emphasizing that community-driven healthcare programs are essential in building a more inclusive and resilient healthcare system in Lagos State. The federal government has signed a cooperation agreement with Saudi Arabia's Halal Product Development Company to establish Nigeria as a leading player in the global halal market valued at 7.7 trillion naira. The agreement will facilitate investment, technical cooperation and market access across key sectors, including food production, pharmaceuticals, finance and livestock for both countries. Speaking during the signing ceremony at the Makkah Halal Forum in Saudi Arabia, Vice President Kashim Shettima said the partnership represents a game-changing opportunity to transform Nigeria into a global halal economic powerhouse. Shettima said that collaboration is an important step in Nigeria's ambition to not only tap into the lucrative halal market, but to establish Nigeria as a leading global player. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has promised to clear all pension arrears in the next 3 months. To effectively accomplish this task, the government said it had approved a 758 billion naira bond to settle all outstanding pensions liabilities under the Contributory Pension Scheme (CPS). The bond is expected to be issued within the next 3 months or sooner, allowing retirees to receive their accumulated payments. Director General of the National Pension Commission, PENCOM, Omolola Olurara, expressed optimism about the timeline for disbursing the funds, describing the intervention by President Bola Tinubu as a new dawn for pensioners. Olurara highlighted the broader economic impact of the bond issuance, saying it would serve a dual purpose. And for the first time, the federal government is contributing 107 billion naira to the Pension Protection Fund (PPF) to ensure that pensioners, especially low-income earners, get a living wage in retirement. 11 billion naira has also been allocated to fully implement the provision that allows eligible university professors to retire on their full salary, addressing the funding gaps that previously hindered its execution. The Nigeria Air Force NAF has confirmed an incident involving its personnel and some civilians at Ungwa Gangare Baraka Lao community in Igbabi local government area of Kaduna State, which left one person dead and some others injured. NAF spokesman Olushola Akimboyewa said the Nigerian Air Force admitted that the unfortunate incident resulted in injuries to some individuals who are currently receiving medical care at the 461 NAF hospital in Kaduna. Akimboyewa also regretted the loss of life in the incident, stating that the Air Force has reached out to the family of the deceased to express its condolences and to assure them of a thorough investigation and justice. The Air Force said a full investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident has already commenced, assuring that any personnel found culpable will face the full weight of the law in line with its commitment to justice and accountability. Report says some armed personnel of the Nigerian Air Force invaded the community on Wednesday night and attacked the residents, shooting sporadically and beating the residents, during which one person was killed and others injured. And in some foreign news, U.S. President Donald Trump says a trade deal between the United States and the United Kingdom could happen very quickly. Speaking during the Prime Minister's visit to the White House, Trump envisaged a real trade deal which could see the UK avoid the kind of tariffs the president has been threatening on some of the US's other trading partners. The trip had been seen as a key moment in Starmer's premiership, as it sought to influence Trump's decisions on topics including Ukraine as well as trade. Starmer kicked off his White House visit by presenting Trump with a letter from King Charles inviting him to an unprecedented second state visit to the UK. Receiving the letter in front of cameras in the Oval Office, Trump said it would be a great honor and described the king as a wonderful man. The US president did most of the talking, setting out his stance on many subjects, including the possibility of a Ukraine deal and the UK's potential agreement with Mauritius over the Chagos Islands. The UK's planned agreement with Mauritius over the Chagos Islands was one potential source of tension between the UK and US leaders. In sports news, West Bromwich Albion has confirmed Nigerian defender Semi Ajayi will be sidelined for several weeks after suffering a hamstring injury. The centre-back came off the bench in the 41st minute of the Baggies' 2-0 win against Oxford United last week. Ajayi will enter a period of rehabilitation as he recuperates from the injury. The 31-year-old is expected to return to action before the end of the season. The Nigerian international previously missed action for around 4 months due to a hamstring injury. He will now miss Nigeria's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe next month. That was our news at 10, but just before we go, do not park at or near a road crossing You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs. It's live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961, and you can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 18,000 teachers were trained under EcoExcel? You can get more details on the Legacy Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat has stressed the importance of collection, collation, and dissemination of accurate data for the effective development of the state and nation as a whole. The federal government has promised to clear all pension arrears in the next 3 months. And we also told you that U.S. President Donald Trump said a trade deal between the United States and the United Kingdom could happen very quickly. And in sports, West Bromwich Albion has confirmed Nigerian defender Semi Ajayi will be sidelined for several weeks after suffering a hamstring injury. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafalashiri. Thank you very much for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good morning.